In this video, I'm going to attempt a bit of wildlife photography, and I've come out to my favourite woodland, which is Owlet Wood, just north of Gainsborough in Lincolnshire. And I've not been here for a while. It's not been since the end of last winter, really, that I've been down here. And I always enjoy coming here. I've come here quite a few times. And I'm going to make my way off to the main hide where most of the action is. And let's go and have a look, and I'll take you through some bird pictures if you're interested. Let's see what I can find today. I've got my tripod in case I need it. And I've got my camera bag and all my camera and my 40 to 150 plastic lens here. That's all I've got. And yeah, let's go and find this hide. I've come out on a sunny day, which I know will give me a lot of contrast, but because my lens is so slow, I need as much light as I can, otherwise I kind of miss the shot really. That's why I'm out here. It's such a bright day. I did wonder in my own mind, what is it that's so attractive, so interesting to people that they want to keep coming out and take the same pictures of the same brown bird over and over again. And it really got me thinking, what's the draw? What are people seeing doing that? Well, I think it's not about taking the same picture of the brown bird. It's about taking those unique pictures, or taking a picture of the story of the birds. For instance, it might be during winter and a bird's looking for food. It might be during spring and they're mating. Could be all sorts of different reasons why those instances are different. And more than that, even though we're talking about native and British species of birds, there are some birds that are much less common than others. Woodpeckers, jays, tree creepers, all those sorts of birds. And when you see one of those and you get a picture of one of those, it's a great moment, a great feeling. And I think that's what brings us back. That's what draws the appeal for wildlife photography in particular, and birds as well. The hide is a bit of a walk through these trees, and it's all right. It's quite nice. It's a pleasant walk in the sun, but I'm hopeful there's not many people there. Although I wouldn't mind if the other photographers are there, because it's always quite nice to chat to other photographers. But the nice thing about today is there's not a lot of people around, so that means there's not so many dogs. There's not so much people to disturb the birds. Although I haven't really heard a lot of birds in the trees so far since I've been here, but fingers crossed they'll be all eating, chumming on all of the food that people have left out for them. It does look like there's someone in there, and the good news is it looks like the guys have still got the netting on, and there's a dog. I brought my little bag of fat balls with me just to feed the birds if I needed to, but now I'm here, I've realised I didn't really need to, because I think the local photographers have done all of that for me, and I'll just show you, see what they've brought and put out. There's apples for the blackbirds. There's nuts and seeds pretty much everywhere. Big square of fat there. More seeds down here. Apples. There's a nut hopper. There's more fat in this coconut. There's fat balls here as well. So people have obviously put their the seeds in. I can see birds around me and I'm scaring them, so I better move. The good news is that the guy that was in here has left, so I'm all on my own, which is lovely. I've got the whole place to myself, and I'm going to make good use of it. As I mentioned, I've got a 40 to 150 plastic lens on my EM1 Mark II, and I have got some nice shots with this lens in this woodland. However, I am thinking about upgrading this and buying the 40 to 150 f2.8 Pro and the 1.4 teleconverter. But now that the 50 to 200 has come out, I'm just holding off, because I think that the price of the f2.8 lens might come down in price. So I think I might just hold off and buy that lens at the right time, but we'll see. Got some blue tits incoming. I've just seen a robin, so I'm just going to sit and wait. This is the thrill of wildlife photography, when you just see these little birds. They're not particularly interesting to some, but they are to me. I wasn't here very long, and I've had a great spotted woodpecker come in already, which is fantastic. It's amazing. that just shows you when you put the food out and the environment's sort of quiet enough, you get the birds, they come. And that's exactly what bird photography is about. Finding these sort of not less common birds and being able to take a photo of them. Because just any other normal woodland where you've got people walking around, dogs, all these other things, then there's very little opportunity to take these pictures of these birds. But coming to a place that's settled and the birds feel safe, etc., it makes it a lot more easy, and for us photographers it's ideal. Thank you very much indeed for getting this far in the video, and if you're enjoying this video and enjoying my content, why don't you subscribe to the channel? That would be really helpful to me and give me that feedback that I'm doing the right things for the right people. And if you have enjoyed this video and this content, then why not go for it? If you have already, thank you very much. So far so good. I've seen a persistent robin that seems to be around all the time. I've seen a chaffinch, blue tits and great tits, but they've not really hung around very long. But I've seen a great spotted woodpecker twice. I think I can hear a nuthatch as well in the background. So I might, if I'm lucky, get a nuthatch. I'll keep trying. It was starting to get really quiet here, and then a couple of women turn up with a pair of dogs that weren't on leads, and they went right through where all the feeders were and all the birds went. What a shame, but I'll have to sit tight again and wait another 10 minutes. Birds tend to be creatures of habit, just like we are, and what they do is they go round the woodland at their own favourite feeding stations from one to the next, and they just keep doing that like a habit. And that's why you don't see the same birds all the time, all at the same time. Otherwise, if you did, they'd all be sat there on the feeding stations all the time. But they do some feeding, they go to the next place, the next place, the next place, and they rotate around the wood all the time. And that's fine, because if there's enough birds, you'll see different birds coming at different times. It's really ideal. Patience is definitely the key when it comes to wildlife photography, and I have been rewarded because I have seen long-tailed tit and nuthatch, and obviously the woodpeckers come back again. It's been really good, although looking out of that window, not that one, and as soon as I turned to look out this window, right in front of me was the great spotted woodpecker, and as soon as it caught the movement of my head in the window, it just flew. So I didn't really get any footage or any pictures, but they're around, so I'm going to keep looking, keep trying. Yeah, one of the main reasons I'm interested in switching this lens is because this lens, although it's all right at the longest end, which is really what you need when you're trying to take this wildlife, you want to be as close as you can, it's really soft, and I won't know what the images come out like until I get home. But my expectation is that the images might be a little bit soft, and with a sharper lens, a faster lens, and like the 2.8 is sharp throughout the range, it would be at a massive advantage over this lens. Long-tailed tits are back on the hopper, and they keep coming back. I've not really got a very good shot of them, but I am enjoying watching them a lot. You can tell the long-tailed tits by their their rasping sort of sound. You can hear them. They sound completely different to the other birds. I can hear the woodpeckers in the distance pecking at the trees, but it's not loud enough to pick on camera. But I can hear children as well in the distance. That's never a good sound. But nuthatch has been as well, so I've seen a few of those. Long-tailed tits tend to hang around on the hopper a bit too much for my liking. That's it now. I can hear people in the background, so most of the birds have scattered. You really do have to have eyes in the back of your head though, and that's one of the things where there's lots of people in this hide, although obviously there's a lot more movement. If there's more people, there's a lot more eyes out there watching for any interesting birds. And when someone sees it, everyone can dart to that window and have a little look at it. The light's faded now, and I think it's finally time for me to leave. What a fantastic afternoon of bird photography. It's been woodpecker magic. It's amazing. There's been a pair of woodpeckers that have come back quite a few times and just been there for me to take their photo. I've probably done a bit more video than I have photos, but I'll get back home now. I'll have a look at the photos and then I'll share them with you at the end. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this little video. I really came out to actually see the birds and take pictures of the birds, much more than shoot a video for you. But hopefully this bit of video you've enjoyed it. If you have, then give it a like. Why not? That'd be awesome. Once again, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Cheerio.